So, Pete, first to say, sad to hear of Debbie's loss. What a fabulous person who has created something that will be great for all of us that stay in Portugal. Absolutely right, Pete. So let's talk about Debs now for a moment. I have the Share and Care Portugal Facebook group to share with you, which of course she started. And so I'll put that on the screen. And of course, I will share a lovely photo of her as well, so you will know from her appearances on the show from time to time. This is Debs. Let me find this lovely photograph of her with her cat. Really beautiful. There she is. You can see the light in her face and the love, and what an incredibly positive and wonderful person Debs was, and her spirit and legacy continues to be. I first met Debs because she wanted to let everybody know how difficult, and there's a certain irony in this, it is losing a loved one in Portugal when her husband suddenly died in central Portugal. And she went through the most horrific process and situation with that. And her work thereafter, as well as grieving and coming to terms with that, was to help other people who found themselves in a similarly awkward and horrible situation. So part of that was starting. I mean, she was inspired to start Share and Care Portugal as a result. And I spoke to her, and I spoke to Donna Jacqueline Brown, who you see here in our community from time to time. And I spoke to them both because both had found themselves in this terrible situation when you have a sudden death in Portugal. And it's quite a harrowing interview or program that we made together, the three of us. I don't know, last year, I think, a year ago, perhaps. And we clearly help is needed. That's why they were willing to talk about the difficult situations that they've been through. It's just so that other people don't have to go through that again. And so began Share and Care. And it was a real shock to hear of Deb's passing in the last couple of days. I understand she had been struggling with pneumonia in the last little while. And but nobody supposed that she wouldn't make it through. And then the news came through that she hadn't. And so we honour her today here on Good Morning Portugal and in the Expats Portugal community. If you go to, this is the best I think we have as a community to show our love and respect and remembrance. If you go to Share and Care Portugal, already there are many tributes. People are struggling with the news, as you would expect, shocked and saddened by the news, and also expressing their love and deep gratitude to Deby there. So I urge you to do that as well. And our love and best wishes and care and compassion and all that we can possibly do for her family is there for them. And I received a message from her son Derek. So love to you, Derek, and all the family. If you happen to be listening in this morning, hope you and your family are as well as can be under the circumstances. And on behalf of the community here, I send our love to you. And I have a final thing to read out for Debs, and I will go to see what you have to say in the comments as well. But this seems really appropriate to read out because for Debs, because she was a prolific poster on Facebook and a real help to people in that situation of loss and grief on Share and Care Portugal. And so she would be in there most days, it would seem, giving people encouragement and solace and support. And she posted this only in the last week or so, which seems the right way possibly to remember her own post that we can read for her now, if you'll permit me. So she says, remember me. Don't remember me with sadness. Don't remember me with tears. Remember all the laughter we've shared throughout the years. Now I am contented that my life, it was worthwhile, knowing that I passed along the way. I made somebody smile. When you're walking down the street and you've got me on your mind, I'm walking in your footsteps, only half a step behind. So please don't be unhappy just because I'm out of sight. Remember that I'm with you each morning, noon and night. So rest in peace and thank you, Debs, for all you've done, your contribution to the community of expats in Portugal. who might find themselves in that really awful situation that you did so much to help people with. You know, not just sudden loss, but in grieving and having support if you find yourself alone here in Portugal. And I know, if I speak for my colleagues at Expats Portugal as well, we'll do what we can to support, share and care, because we had many conversations about this and we could see how important it was for everybody, as Pete was saying just now. So we'll do our best to support you and the project, and please join Share and Care Portugal. Let your feelings be known there, in the shock of hearing that Debbie Dews, as we knew her, Debbie Dews has passed away in the last few days. And let's see what you're saying in the comments about Debs. Bless her memory, says Nubianet, and the hearts of her loved ones. Lovely blessing, says James to Nubianet. Thank you for that. A caring and compassionate legacy. From Michelle, sending love to all who knew Debbie, from Fiona Worrell there, and so sad to hear about Debbie. Much love and blessings to her friends and family, and a simple heart there from Quinta Essential. Thank you very much for that. So we will return, obviously, to share with you what we can about Care and Share Portugal. And a beautiful tribute to Debs from Lonnie McLaughlin there. Thanks, Lonnie, for that. Okay, I think the thing to do is we will await. We know, don't we? I think with Debs, that she would want us to be, obviously she taught us. She shared with her many approaches to grief, and it's a real mixed thing, isn't it, when somebody passes? Suze is saying very moving how this community cares. That's lovely. Thank you, Suze. But yeah, mixed emotions, obviously, at a time when somebody passes. And I have the sense as well, though, that she would want us to be of good cheer as well. So we will move on now, notwithstanding our love and respect for Debs. And I will, more comments coming in. So sad to hear the news about Debbie, such a legacy there. Thank you very much for that, Debs. And I think the thing to do is, I don't like to be, I hear radio programs and people are talking about something sad and then, okay, now, we'll play a record or whatever, move on with some news. But you do have to move on, don't you? And so sorry to hear about Debs. I think maybe a way to do that is with our whistling tune of good cheer, a little bit early this morning, but I will play that now. And whilst looking at pictures of central Portugal, which again seems to be a fitting tribute to Debs as well, because she loves central Portugal. So we can do that. And I know she and Pete knew each other in central Portugal. Pete, of course, who made the montage of central Portugal images that is the start of the Good Morning Portugal show. So maybe a period of a little further reflection and love for Debs as we look at that intro theme. Go hug someone you love, says Thunder, quite right too. One death is always a death too many. Let us be worthy of her legacy and keep her in our memories and in our hearts. Thank you, João F, for that. So I'll see you on the other side of this. Thank you very much.